Hello everyone, this is HaitianGeni here. I'm here with you guys to share with you the results of my sister's AncestryDNA test. It was a big surprise. As I shared with you before, I first had taken it and then I had my mother take it. And so I had my sister take it so that we can kind of get more of an understanding of our DNA and how that would connect us to other people. And so the first thing that I noticed was my sister had more areas represented than my mother and I. If I remember correctly, my mother and I had the same areas. We just had different percentages. But my sister, she had, I think about 2 or 3 areas that were not represented in my mother and I's DNA. So that was a huge thing because that kind of gave me a clue, since I haven't had my father take the test yet, of where she might have gotten that DNA. If my mother doesn't have it, then that must mean she must have gotten it from my father. And it also helped me to see that there's certain DNA that I haven't gotten from my father. And that's why my DNA is different than my sister's DNA. So anyways, without further ado, I want to share with you her results. So my sister is 88% from Africa. My mother and I were 89%, so my sister had 1% less. But the crazy thing was she was 34% Nigeria. That is a lot. My mom and I, our first area differed, but we were in the 25%. My sister, she has 34% Nigeria. I had 16% Nigeria, and my mother had 10% Nigeria, I remember. So she has 34%. And one of the coolest things is she had to have gotten it from my father, of course, because in order for her to have more than my mother, she has to get the rest of it from my father. But I may or may not have shared this in my past video, but I feel like whenever I see someone that looks like my father, who's from Haiti, I ask them where they're from, and they'll say Nigeria. So I've always felt that my father, his phenotype is Nigerian. And so when I had taken the test, I suspected that I would have had a larger percentage of Nigerian. And so when I only got 16%, I was like, something must be wrong. But I kind of feel like this validates that, yeah, my dad must have some Nigerian in him, that my sister ended up getting 34%. So that's really cool. The next area was 26% Ivory Coast, Ghana, 10% Benin, Togo, 9% Cameroon, Congo, 4% Africa, Southeastern Bantu, 2% Africa, South Central hunter-gatherers, 2% Senegal, and 1% Mali. Now, an area that my mother and I didn't have, again, that where my sister must have gotten it from my father, was Asia Central. My sister has 2% Asia Central. Next, she had Europe, 7%, and that was made up of Ireland, 3%, European Jewish, 2%, and here's another area that my mother and I didn't have that she must have gotten from my father, Iberian Peninsula, and that's the Portugal-Spain area. She has 1%. Next, she has Europe West, 1%. She has Native American, 1%. Now, I had 3% Native American, and my mother had 2% Native American, but my sister only got 1%. West Asia, the Caucasus, my sister has 2%. So that is my sister's results. So again, it was interesting, cool. On AncestryDNA, my sister has like 20 matches that are fourth cousins and closer. So when you combine my mother's 50, my 40, and my sister's 20, we have about 110 matches of relatives that are within fourth cousin or closer. So that's really cool. As well as there's matches that my sister has that I don't have, that my mother has that I don't have. And so we get quite a better idea of our relatives and where they're from and how we're connected. And that's the thing about DNA is, you know, you only get a variety of your DNA from your parents. And that goes the same with your cousins and etc. So, you know, I have cousins that I don't share DNA with, as far as we don't have the same segments of DNA. So we didn't show up as a match. But my sister, she shares those segments with them. And so they show up as a match to her. So, again, it's just evidence that the more people that you get in your family to take the DNA test, the more results you're going to get. You yourself cannot find every single relative. So it helps to have your parents, it helps to have siblings, it helps to have cousins, grandparents, especially grandparents, anyone, of course, older than you, it helps to have, because they have the closest amount of DNA that's to that 100% than you do. You just get a variation. So the older they are, the better chance you have of finding more relatives and gaining an understanding of where your roots come from before it gets depleted. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for your time. Bye.